where it gets.
So it's not just the value of the verse.
Yeah, not at all. Not at all. They have some sort of amicable relationship, even if it's just professionally clear.
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode. Please like the video and subscribe. Our target is only 1,000 likes. So earlier in the year, J. Cole bowed out of the Drake and Kendrick Lamar rap feud, which followed by him going on another prolific feature run. Just recently, Joe Budden gave the North Carolina rapper props for finding his rhythm again after the potentially career-damaging decision. Joe Budden said, "I respect it more as time goes on. Way to keep yourself out of this mess. I think J. Cole has done an amazing job." Budden admitted on his podcast, going on to say, "I think he got out of character for a second and he had some time behind the scenes. Then he got right back in his bag. He didn't want to risk his friendship over silly rap feuds."
That's just always gonna be funny.
We got new news that I don't even know how to feel about this just yet. Apparently, Cameron is suing J. Cole.
CYT?
What?
CYS, I mean.
For what?
Back last year when J. Cole dropped the Might Delete Later.
Okay.
He did the I'm Ready 2024 version. Yeah. Apparently, there was an agreement made for Cam's contribution to that J. Cole would either contribute to a future project of his or appear on the It Is What It Is show.
Oh.
And he hasn't done either. So now Cam is suing, saying I haven't been fairly compensated for my contribution to that project.
Okay. This seems like it's something that could be solved in a text or email, but maybe they try.
J. Cole pay Cam and
or that.
Yeah. J. Cole got it.
Of course. Yeah, I don't.
Why didn't they just figure out some type of? Well, I guess they did figure out some type of compensation.
They did.
Because Cam might have said, "I don't want the money. I much prefer you to come on my show. You never came on my show. I don't know the particulars of it."
Yeah, I might have been asking you for months to come on my show, and you dubbing me. Well, I'm not outside right now.
I'm suing J. Cole too. Fuck that.
If I'm J. Cole, but you know, if I'm Cole, all my pop outs are strategic.
Fuck all this shit, nigga. I'm suing that nigga Joe. Hey, if I got any reason to bring Jermaine to court, just for fun, just to say you did it, that's bad.
Is that a fair barter? A verse for a show appearance?
Mm-hmm. No, you can't say that.
Depends on fair if they think it's fair.
Yeah, it might
they
be.
agree. That is true.
In your prime, what was a Joe Budden verse worth?
In my prime,
yeah.
From a major label.
Yeah, like if you were making a barter
brown
with
bag money.
Oh, that's interesting. I was thinking in terms of an exchange. Like if a Cole verse is worth an appearance on the pod, what would yours be worth?
No, Cam verse is worth an appearance on the pod.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, a Cam verse is worth. Yeah, right. Then Cole appearing on the pod.
But Cole is also a huge Cam fan.
Yeah, and they've worked together before.
So that's where it gets.
So it's not just the value of the verse.
Yeah, not at all. Not at all. They have some sort of amicable relationship, even if it's just professionally clearing samples. So who knows? But to answer your question, if it were a major label in my prime, I could have got maybe 25. But again, inflation happened since then, so that sounds low now. But 25 in my prime, but brown
it's probably like 50 now. Yeah.
Oh, in terms of today, it would be 50 grand.
Yeah.
It'd be 50 grand. Like if Christina Milian or Marcus Houston, somebody call, I would get 50 grand in today's language.
Got you. I'm thinking about that because the reason I asked was because I'm thinking about the barter, and I'm like, if I'm trying to start, It Is What It Is at that time. I'm just using that number. A Cole appearance when you're trying to get subscribers, you're trying to build it up. That still seems.
It Is What It Is took off rather quickly.
Yeah,
it did.
Like overnight, like
episode 2.
Yeah,
and I feel like that was out before the mixtape in question. I could be wrong. And granted, they could. They could.
I think It Is What It Is was out before. So who do you think was being more fair? Cam?
That's what I'm trying to understand. Yeah.
It sounds even Steven to me a little bit.
Cam didn't rap on that.
Seems like
so I know I let you use my shit. I ain't take no money. I let you use my shit, and I ain't take no bread. So
it don't sound like a bad exchange to me.
And I think if I'm
and
Cam,
they agreed,
so it couldn't be that bad. I think at the time. I think if I'm Cam, I'm like, yo, keep your bread. Just do me a solid. The way I'm doing you a solid.
I also understand it from Cole's position, where like Ice was saying, he's strategic when he does pop out and do shit. He don't just pop up.
Yeah, I'm not
normally.
just
And he probably has something coming relatively soon. So he's like, yo, just wait till March when my shit drop. And
all right. Actually, man, the more that we talk it over,
gotta communicate that.
Cam comes up in that. It still may be a fair exchange, but because podding and these shows have taken off, I can take a star rapper's verse or appearance and turn it into money that you won't be able to see.
Got it.
The replay. There's so many things that come into having it.
I can take this and go to people that are not in the music business and get an 8-figure check.
Yeah,
Right.
I got J. Cole.
Just off your name.
Just off of you. Yeah, I get it.
That's what I was thinking. More.
I'm not saying I don't know their business.
Right.
But
Right.
if I had a J. Cole appearance, there's no sponsor that I wouldn't be able to speak to. There's no company I wouldn't be able to speak to.
Yeah, I could go.
And don't let me have this a month in advance where I can actually shop and talk to people.
Right.
That would be great. What is Cole getting out of other than I'm a fan, I'm trying to honor the culture, and I love you, and what does he get out of this?
Right.
The Cole verse is going to be the Cole song, it's going to be the Cole record, going to be the Cole album, it's going to be the Cole, whatever.
Yeah.
If I'm Cam and I'm a hustler, I'm flipping that 90 million different ways.
And he would.
Cole knows that.
And Cam would. Cam is that.
And Cole knows that.
He will flip the hell out of that.
I really got to salute them at Complex Con having niggas out there. I do, man. All weekend I was looking at my phone like, oh shit, all right, okay, oh okay, oh hey, oh okay. Like they did it.
They did
it.
right.
They did it. Shout out to all parties involved.
Yes.
I can't wait to see what Cole pops out with next.
Same.
All right.
Like I don't care about any of the in between, between album stuff. I want to hear his brain, his thoughts coming off of all of that shit. It's time now.
I want to hear the fall off. That's it. I'm ready.
Yeah.
That's it. I like the Might Delete Later was cool. You know, the apology, I don't really care. It is what it is. In hindsight now, looking, it was the best move to make. We've all, I think, agreed upon that.
For sure.
I'm just ready for album Cole.
Me too.
We there now.
Me too.
Same.
And I'd have to imagine it would be coming somewhat soon.
Gotta be.
It's gotta be.
Prediction? Any prediction?
Drop time?
Yeah.
Spring next year.
I had him before February.
Really?
So anytime between now and the end of January.
Nah, he's gonna want to play the Grammy hotspot time in January is tougher.
I drop January and Grammys is February. I'm outside.
No.
You said after.
Grammy nominations start in September, so if you drop in February, you're
too
off
early.
people's
Too
minds by
early.
the time the voting happens in
I
the
got you.
next September.
I have a part of the show that's rather long, but I will read it. This says, if I could stop fucking up my shit, let me see. Okay. It's so long that I got to try to read this a different way. Who is this? This person is G.
What's up, G?
What's happening, G?
What up, G? And rest in peace to my little white boy G from Seattle who passed a few months ago. I got to say that again if I didn't say it the first time. Shout out to G. Rest in peace. All right, but this G says, I think sometimes when you guys cover things like the Stephen A. Smith Bronny topic, you occasionally miss the mark because you either personally know one of the subjects of discussion or because you empathize in some way as a fellow public figure, broadcaster, etc. So I wanted to try to give you an outside perspective on the topic as someone who isn't connected in any way.
Okay.
I don't know Stephen A. Smith. I don't know LeBron. I don't know anyone with the Lakers, ESPN, or anyone involved. I'm just a fan and want to tell you why I think what Stephen A. Smith does is both nasty and distinctly different from, say, how Mark might critique Bronny. You all know for a fact that Stephen A. Smith doesn't think Bronny deserved to be taken with the 55th pick, right? He doesn't think he belongs in the league. He thinks it's nothing more than nepotism and leverage. He's covered it ad nauseum. I need to make the font bigger. He's covered it ad nauseum on his show. And he says he does it because it's his job to cover the NBA and relevant storylines. So he has to talk about it. And as you all say, Bronny chose to be a professional basketball player, so he has therefore subjected and opened himself up to any and all critiques, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, fair.
I'm following.
But let me ask you, what is Stephen A. Smith's opinion about the 54th pick in that draft? What's his opinion about the 44th pick? Do any of you know what he thinks about the 34th pick? What's his opinion about the 24th pick? Quick, off the top of your head. I want someone on that couch to tell me what Stephen A. Smith's opinion is of Zachary Rishisher.
I think we've said this opinion, but carry on, G.
Well, he's got a lot more to go here.
Okay.
You don't know, and that's the point. See, I would have said that it's fair to critique Bronny and not the 54th pick because by the sheer nature of his name and lineage, Bronny is a bigger storyline. But he was also the 55th pick. Zachary Ricochet was the number 1 overall pick in that draft. Who the fuck is that? What draft you talking
Maybe you're
about?
talking about the second round.
Oh, okay. The first overall pick every year is a guy that the NBA hopes and prays can someday turn into the face of the league. He should absolutely be a storyline, and I'm willing to bet that 99.9% of listeners not only can't tell me what Stephen A. Smith's opinion of him is, but they probably don't know who he is or where he plays. But you know for a fact that Bronny doesn't belong in the league because the biggest name in sports broadcasting on the biggest show and on the biggest network routinely tells you both directly and indirectly that Bronny doesn't belong. Look, Bronny James isn't LeBron, but he was a McDonald's All-American and a starter on a legitimate D1 team before he had a fucking heart attack. And if that wasn't enough, he has 1 percentile athleticism in the history of the world. Yeah, I think an NBA team might take a swing on the kid. You want to see real nepotism? Tell me why Stephen A. Smith's daughter is getting airtime on the biggest platform in sports media.
No, Ricochet was the first pick.
He's number picked by Atlanta in 2024. Yeah,
Well,
from France. He's from France.
Is her resume in journalism equivalent to Bronny's in basketball? And even if it is, her resume better than the millions of people out there that have been grinding away for years in the sports media and journalism space and would kill for a couple minutes every now and then on ESPN's First Take? Or did Stephen A. Smith use his power and leverage to get her airtime? Stephen A. can spin the narratives any way he wants. That show was not founded on the Dallas Cowboys or Tim Tebow or Alabama football or Linsanity. First Take built an empire mainly off its patriarch, Skip Bayless, coming in every single day and finding some new way to kick LeBron's back in no matter what the topic was. And when Skip left, Stephen A. took up the mantle by constantly taking passive-aggressive, snarky pot shots at LeBron with sarcastic graphics and title bars, sassy jabs, damning with faint praise. Oops. Screen darkened. Damning with faint praise and all other sorts of petty bullshit to convince a generation of fans that the guy Stephen A. Smith himself admittedly has ranked as the second greatest basketball player to ever play the game is nothing more than a whiny, petulant, unimpressive, soft-hearted diva. And even though LeBron has occasionally taken a little shot here and there in the media, for the most part, he's taken it all on the chin for the past 23 years because he understood the weight that comes with being the face of the NBA. But now, after all of that, after decades of careers, television shows, and networks being built off kicking my back in, as I'm on my way out the door, you're still taking shots at me by crucifying my kid. Nah, dog. Now I gotta come see you. Every segment, Stephen A. says athletes got his number. Every segment, he talks about how easy it is to find him and that he's at the games. Every segment, he says that they could talk to him at any point. Well, Bron pulled up and you wasn't about it. Or maybe, just maybe, you knew you were in the wrong. I get it. Stephen A.'s all of our friend. But there are a lot of topics, including LeBron, where I think Stephen A.'s pretty foul and doesn't deserve bail. And the more I hear about political parties considering him for office, the sicker I get about it. A rich, charismatic, loudmouthed, politically inexperienced, egotistical celebrity who takes zero accountability and usually doesn't know what he's talking about, but is absolutely sure he's right. Running this country? Yeah, that one hits a little too close to home at the moment for my liking. End quote.
That's what's happening right now.
Tell me about it.
The president of the United States is everything that he just described.
I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
But I think homeboy is mistaken in a few points.
I agree.
I think he's mistaken in one.
Have at it.
He was the 55th pick. Cool. Your father is arguably a top 3 basketball player to ever lace up sneakers. Fair or unfair, you will be the subject of the media. So if he was great, he would be the subject of the media. He's not so great, he's still going to be the subject of the media based on who your father is. So you got to take the goods and the bads that come along with who your father is. So to his point, it's beating a dead horse, bro. I just think that
Stephen A. Smith, in my opinion, didn't never say anything negative about Bronny James. I think he said something negative about his basketball ability, and I think that is what he is paid to do. If we were in here critiquing rappers and Trey came in and Trey didn't have dope bars, and somebody said Trey don't have dope bars, they're not taking a shot at Trey. He didn't say anything about Trey's personal anything. He said, I don't think he's a good enough basketball player to be in the NBA, and he's well within his right to say that. I don't think that's disrespectful to Bron or Bronny.
But when you start saying, like, as a father, you should step in and you shouldn't allow it, like, you made it, you took it more than basketball. You made it damn near an attack on LeBron's father skills by allowing your son to join, even into the draft.
I would have a word for anybody that chose to critique Stephen A's daughter as a broadcaster because she's getting main airtime on whatever channel he chooses to put her on. I would think that's foul, not just because she's underage, but because why would you do it?
And bigger than that.
Why would you do it?
Everybody on these couches, sat here and
I want to hear from Mark on that.
Hold up. Everybody on these couches sat up here and said, yo, I appreciate the nepotism.
Oh, that's a fact.
Every motherfucker in this room said, yo, I don't, because again, the Bronny situation is two-sided. One is LeBron James has put his blood, sweat, and tears into building a league. I don't give a fuck if my son not good enough to be here. So what? Go make my son a multimillionaire because I earned for my son to be a multimillionaire. Then there's a basketball conversation that says, yo, yeah, he was a McDonald All-American. He might not have been All-State. He might not even deserve to be a McDonald All-American in some people's opinion. So that's two totally different conversations.
There's also the third side of that, which is the business conversation. Is this man is going to say James on the back of his jersey,
and we gonna market
he's going to sell a shitload of
and
them.
we gonna market it.
So he's worth all the press, all the oversized for his draft status, money that he got, anything, because he's going to sell tickets, he's going to sell impressions on media, on the internet. He's worth every cent. Now, I think there's a whole lot of both things can be true in this whole email and diatribe.
Yeah, it's a lot of nuance. I think there's, respectfully, I think that person's doing a lot of apples and oranges comparisons.
He is.
But I agree. I think we can critique Bronny James as a basketball player, and that should be the end of it. I agree with you. We shouldn't be critiquing LeBron as a father.
dad.
Yeah,
as a parent,
that's
the two don't have to. Yeah.
But even that is not an attack on Bronny. That's an attack on LeBron. And if LeBron wants to take that up, I think he has a right to. He says Stephen A. said you have my phone number, but he didn't call him. He rolled up on him in the stadium, which is different. I think the whole point is we can have this conversation offline, off the record, and build a relationship. He don't owe Stephen A. that, but I do think that, again, that's apples and oranges. I get the point about Stephen A.'s daughter, but again, there's a difference between bringing your kid on as your kid, as a kind of a fun thing for a broadcast, and bringing her on as a
system to
and bringing her on as a co-host, right? Because if you bring your daughter on to be a co-host, and now you're stepping over other people's resumes, then I do have a right to say this isn't good TV. I'm not going to attack her as a person, especially as an underage person, but even as a grown person, but I'm going to say
I don't even like talking about
right. Me either. Yeah. But I don't think it'd be wrong if they brought her on inside the NBA to be an analyst
for people to say.
I don't enjoy this.
I also don't think that's necessarily an attack on their fathering ability, by the way. I think that's like a shout out to your fathering.
Exactly.
Like, yo, you pull all these strings. That's dope.
Right. But what I wouldn't say is, as a dad, you should be embarrassed to have your daughter on TV like that, because then that's where it becomes weird. And that's why I think I would not have said what Stephen A. said.
Sure.
But I do think it's okay, again, if you put someone in a position to be that merits critique, to criticize them. And I think that's the difference between the Stephen A. example and the Bronny example. And also, you got to take the good with the bad. Bronny James was not the first best player on his high school team. He wasn't the second best player on his high school team. His numbers didn't deserve and I'm not saying that to criticize him right now.
Kick his back.
No, I'm not kicking his back. I'm doing the opposite. I'm saying we gave him a lot more attention, favorable attention, as a high school player and as a college player than he deserved too. But nobody was mad about that. Nobody was saying, why are we spending so much time showing the high school games of the fourth best player at Sierra Canyon? Or why are we spending so much time showing some? Because we didn't, because we were rooting for Bronny. We want him to win. I'm still rooting for him and want him to win. But no, you can't get mad. You can't accept the favorable coverage that wasn't deserved, and then get mad at the critique that wasn't deserved.
Listen, G was a little long-winded. In turn, he's made us long-winded. I've given more attention than I'd like to the Bronny James saga. I do have another fan-submitted question that may be a bit more entertaining for me, at least.
Let's hear it.
No, it's just a good question.
Oh, all right.
This is from a gentleman named Jay Sire 30. I saved the question.
All right. What's happening, Jay?
Somebody with a part of the show asked these niggas this shit. No, he's white, so he might not have said niggas. So I'm just talking. He said, since there is always talk about Joe painting a narrative, what would each cast member want their narrative to be, and how would it make the show better? I'll repeat the question. Since there is always talk about Joe creating a narrative, what would each cast member want their narrative to be, and how would it make the show better? I read that and thought it was a really good question. I saved it to present it to you guys. It's got to be more entertaining than Bronny James slander.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a tough question.
And it's a
to
tough
answer off the
question.
cuff, yeah.
It's a tough question.
Just answer off the impromptu.
I think there's when they kind of happen naturally through things that we say, things that we do, even if we don't like them, are entertaining and make the show better.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
So I think whatever happens next, I think forcing a narrative often comes across weird.
Cringy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas wearing New Balance all the time and you have a New Balance deal is funny. Like it's not, and it's not hurting
Especially if
anybody.
there's some truth to it.
Yeah.
Except his, I was about to say, his NDA. Is
So that's
little
probably a
offensive.
fly narrative that like to make the show better. Like, oh shit, you wearing all New Balance.
Yeah.
That's what y'all saying.
What do you think the narrative should be?
Don't flip a question on me.
Exactly.
Y'all the fucking
critiquing niggas' responses.
question. Clearly, y'all know what time it is with me. I like making up narratives.
I was just going to say that.
And I think the narrative is not that he likes New Balances. I think it's that we're so that Joe treats us so poorly, underpays us so much that we have to seek outside deals.
So that's a narrative.
That's the narrative. That's the fun narrative.
He flipped it.
I love that one.
Yeah.
That's good.
On
good
Tuesdays
remix.
when he get to do a half day of work, this nigga is bright.
Flip the shit out of that.
He up too.
Let's think about it and try to come back in Patreon. Mark will ask you Friday on Patreon, but let's try. I think it's a good question. I think it deserves more attention than us saying that. You mean like the you and the wrench stuff?
Yeah.
Like it naturally came up.
It's
if
funny.
we want to beat a dead horse, it's funny.
It's funny.
It's
It is
organic.
funny.
I will
Nobody's
say
hurt.
this since I'm not going to be on the Patreon. I do like heel narratives. That's the thing that I like. I like being the heel. I like being the bad guy. I like narratives that make me
No,
on.
you don't.
You don't say.
I think they're fun because they're not true. The ones that aren't true, yeah, like yeah. Not like crazy shit, but like yeah, I think it's fun. You know,
Narrative.
When you got a haircut this morning?
yesterday.
Yeah, that shit fresh black, ain't it?
Look at that. Look at that.
That shit Sharpie.
Oh, look at that shit. Yeah, look at Mark.
I was waiting for it.
No, I ain't saying nothing. You look
fresh.
good. You look good. You look good. I don't have anything else that needs our attention today. I think this was an amazing podcast
Indeed.
with great energy. Give it up for yourselves, man. It's a good pod today. Real good pod. Real good pod. Such a good pod. Y'all want to do sleepers?
It's up to you.
It's been a while.
It has been a while.
And every musician that Parks, me, or Ice shout out, they are really grateful during the week.
Let's do sleepers. Fuck it.
Let's do it.
Let's do sleepers. Why not?
You got yours?
If y'all talk, I got it. If y'all talk, I got one.
I miss sleepers, so I'm always happy
Fuck
to
they
do it. I
talking
love
about?
sleepers.
Do you got one?
I spent too much time listening to music too.
Do you mind?
Do you mind?
Hey, you know some ish? And I touch and I drink and I treat you right.
His uncle made that song. Larry Graham.
Morning
nigga.
light.
Look at this. If your heart isn't in it, why don't you tell me so?
Hey.
Oh man! All right, what am I doing here?
Sleeper.
I
I'm
got
gonna
it.
find out who else you lied about.
I got
It's your
it.
cousin back in the days.
Oh, you talking ish? Yeah, you talking
Barry,
ish?
Barry Manilow.
Elder Barge.
Yo, what?
He was just saying shit. You know, he was skinny and light skinned. Like,
Oh, he's definitely at the Barge.
yeah. It's just fire. You fire when you get now. You know what I'm saying? It's just fire.
Oh, what your man talking
Sorry. That's my shit. The intro was fire. I might have to play that one again. All right. Sasha Keeble, Why Not? Featuring Bean. This record is called Work. And this project is all the way fire if you don't know about it. But this particular record is called Work featuring Bean. Let's go.
Nasa study. Bye.
That's brand new music from Sasha Keeble. That record is called Work, featuring Beam. That is off her Act Right project, Absolute Heat. Shout out to Sasha and Beam. Available in your phone and on DSPs right this very second.
I'm gonna shoot on down to DC. This record is Mirror on the Benz, Wale featuring Binks.
It's Benny. I think it's pronounced something else. Benny. Yeah. Benny X, I believe is how it's pronounced.
Yeah.
Benny X. Shout out to Benny X.
Oh, I'm probably gonna said it wrong. Yeah. Again, that record is Mirror on the Benz, Wale, Benny X, excuse me. Pardon my mispronunciation of the name. Off of Wale's new album, Everything Is a Lot, which will be out November 14th.
Can't wait for it. Can't wait for it.
That nigga rap his ass.
November 14th.
Yes.
Go Wale, man. Rooting for you.
I'm going to London. This is Dave, my 27th birthday, which I'm only playing about half of because the record is long as fuck, but he went crazy.